Hi, it's Tacoma Manning, and I wanted to come on here and talk about loneliness, depression, things that make us feel uncomfortable. I just got a new haircut. My hair was down to here and it was blonde, and this is not exactly the cut I asked for. And the first couple of days when I looked in the mirror, I just cried because I did not recognize myself. But you know what? I'm starting to embrace the new haircut. And when we embrace things and we accept them for what they are, things begin to change. And sometimes we can even find the good in whatever it is we're going through that is causing us to suffer. And so today I'm going to be reading just a short excerpt from Jumping for Joy in the Midst of Sorrow. And this is one of my favorite books I've written. So let's just dig in. Let me get my readers on so I can see. When I was first divorced years ago, I was not used to the sound of silence. I left home at 17, married a military man, and started having babies. Sounds a little like Loretta Lynn. I was now 30 and I'd never experienced silence. Not even the car rides home from work because I either had the radio on or was on my phone or both. The first weekend my ex-husband came to pick up my children, I thought the walls would collapse and the silence would deafen me. I started taking a book and the crossword puzzle from the newspaper to the local Waffle House. I would sit at the bar top counter and drink coffee, order a pecan waffle, and strike up a conversation with usually the person who sat next to me. After I tackled this type of eating alone in public, I ventured to bookstores or coffee houses, but it took some time for me to embrace the silence. During the pandemic, many of us experienced extreme loneliness. There have been some who died alone with no human touch, but there has always been a pandemic of feeling alone and that no one cares. Almost every one of us has experienced a dark period in our lives. We can be in a room full of people celebrating and feel as dry and parched as a camel trekking through the desert. We can spend hours on websites interacting, commenting, growing our friends list on social media, or hours counting our likes, page views, getting the degree, the dream job, a new marriage, and amidst the applause and approval, be incredibly lonely or feel dead inside. Have you ever felt dead inside? No, I have. There is a longing to fill an emptiness inside each of our souls that is louder than any sound we will ever hear. And without Yeshua the Messiah, our souls can be as empty as the tomb on resurrection morning. How can we reach a point where we understand and feel this loneliness for what it is? Can we sit up straight and look loneliness in the eye with all her shades of barrenness, nakedness, and emptiness, and ask loneliness, who am I? The Creator of all knows. What is my soul longing for? Why am I here alone? What am I created to do? Father, why can't I see my own beauty and strength? Why do I not cherish my very breath, this precious life you have given me? Why haven't you sent me a mate, a spouse? Or why doesn't my spouse know how empty and unfulfilled I feel? Here's the remedy. What if we were to drink in loneliness and depression like a hot herbal tea with honey, allowing it to do its complete work without calling someone on our cell phones, leaving the house, or getting on social media to drown out the sound of silence. Silence is loud. Silence rushes into a room and at times suffocates us. The walls lean inward and ask us where our true friends are, family, mate, anyone. The echoes of loneliness ricochet off our hearts. In this empty place, this place of silence and waiting, instead of chasing noise or trying to better ourselves, we quiet our soul like a weaned child. We begin to like ourselves. We start to dab cream and massage the bags that sit under our eyes. We send the children to spend time with their fathers, aunts, grandmothers, or another level of the house. Instead of a quick shower, we wrap our hair up and soak in a salt bath. We recognize that we deserve to light a candle for our soul and gently sit it on the edge of the tub. We speak to ourselves differently. Instead of saying things like, I'm getting so old, ugly, fat, skinny, useless, stupid, and unworthy, we begin to wash our skin and love it. We tell ourselves we are a pot on his kiln spinning into perfection, from glory to glory. And when that voice filled with dark words erupts, we say, shh, hush now. Surely I have composed and quieted my soul like a weaned child rests against his mother. My soul is like a weaned child within me. That's Psalms 131:12. If you've enjoyed this excerpt from Jumping for Joy in the Midst of Sorrow, you can get this book at TacoaMeaning.com or on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, or audio. And my audio lady, her name is Lynn Marie Brunk. Big shout out to her. She does an incredible job. If you need a book or something completed in audio, I pray this message of embracing things has ministered to your soul. And if you're going through the dark night of the soul, I pray healing happens. And I pray that the Father ministers to you today. Blessings. Bye-bye.